Hello learners, welcome to NIOS Studio. Here we are about to end this chapter and we are towards the concluding section. So now we are going to discuss various transistor configurations. Let's begin. In this particular topic, you will be able to understand common emitter configurations of a transistor. You will be able to understand common base configuration of the transistor and the common collector configuration of the transistor. As you are aware, the transistor is a two-port device with an input and an output circuit. Over here, in the common emitter configuration, the emitter is common to both the input and the output regions because in the transistor there are these three regions. So either you take an NPN transistor or you take a PNP transistor. So the emitter and the collector are of the same type and the base is of a different kind of doping. In the common emitter configuration, the emitter is common to both the input and the output circuit. Let's understand the circuit working. The circuit for the common emitter configuration is shown here. Looking at the circuit, what we realize is the base emitter junction is forward biased via this forward bias battery. This is a variable resistor which can be varied so that the amount of current flowing through the circuit is controlled. Next to this is the output circuit, which is the collector emitter circuit. The collector emitter circuit is reversed biased. Since this is an NPN transistor, the emitter, which is of N type, is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, indicating this to be a reverse bias. And the voltage output or the current output is measured across this load resistance RL. Over here, to start with, the base current is measured in microamperes while the collector current, which is large enough, is measured in terms of milliampere. Let's understand the input characteristics of the common emitter configuration. For the input characteristics, the input circuit is taken into account. In the input circuit, the base current is plotted as a function of the base emitter voltage, keeping the collector emitter voltage a constant. As we will see in the figure, we will notice that the base current rises very largely when your base emitter voltage is greater than 0.6 volt. This typically indicates the behavior of a diode similar to a diode which is in forward bias. As the collector emitter voltage is increased, IB is also increased. We will soon see it plotted in the form of a figure. Similarly, we understand the output characteristics also, which is plotted as a function of the collector current with respect to the collector emitter voltage, keeping base current as a constant. The collector current increases with the increase in the collector emitter voltage. Let's have a look at the graph. This is the input characteristic curve of the common emitter configuration. As you can see over here, to start with, initially there is no rise in the value of the base current because there is a barrier potential. As soon as the barrier potential, which is around 0.6 volts, is attained, there is a sharp increase in the value of the base current with an increase in the base emitter voltage. For different values of the collector emitter voltage, we see different curves. These different curves indicate different resistances of the circuit. An inverse of the slope, that means delta VE divided by delta IB, is going to be the resistance of the input circuit, which is usually of the order of 20 ohms to 100 ohms. Similarly, we understand the output characteristics in common emitter configuration. Let's have a look at that. The common emitter configuration has output characteristics where IC, that is the collector current, is plotted as a function of the collector emitter voltage, keeping the base current as a constant. What we notice is that the collector current soon saturates with the value of the collector emitter voltage. For different values of the base current, there is an increase in the value of collector current, but soon it automatically attains the saturation value. Thus, a common emitter configuration is capable of giving a large current gain, voltage gain as well as power gain, which gives common emitter configuration a large number of applications. Now we move on to the common base configuration. As the name suggests, in the common base configuration, the base is common to both the input and the output circuit. Similar to what we have seen previously, in the common emitter configuration, the emitter was common. Over here, in the common base configuration, the base is common to both the input and the output circuit. Therefore, over here, even though we don't get large power gain or current gain, these circuits are suitable for providing a regulated voltage supply. Let's have a look at the transistor configurations in a common base arrangement. Over here, in the circuit diagram of the common base configuration, we can see that the base is common to both the circuits, the input circuit as well as the output circuit. This is a simple diagram of the common base configuration. Over here, the emitter base configuration is kept forward bias by connecting the N-type emitter to the negative terminal of the battery and the P-type base to the positive terminal of the battery. On the other side, for the output circuit, the collector base arrangement is made in such a way that it is reverse bias. Over here, now if we look at the characteristics, both the input and the output characteristics indicate a constant voltage over a given range. Let's see the two figures. Let's understand the common base configuration output characteristics. Over here, we have plotted the collector current IC as a function of the collector base voltage, keeping the emitter current constant. For a particular value of the emitter current, we see that the collector current shows a rise initially with an increase in the collector base voltage, and soon it saturates to a given value. Thus, any further change in the collector base voltage does not increase the collector current, and we say that the transistor is saturated or the transistor is in the cutoff region. Thus, the region prior to this is said to be the active region of the transistor, where the transistor tends to operate. The common base configuration is commonly used for the voltage regulators, unlike the common emitter configuration, which finds its application in a number of current gain, voltage gain and power gain devices. Another set of configuration which we understand is the common collector configuration, which is not used very often. Let's have a look at common collector configuration. The third kind of configuration which can have with the transistor is a common collector configuration. In this common collector configuration, the collector is kept common to both the input and the output circuit. This particular configuration is practically used for impedance matching. This is not a very common kind of configuration for other practical uses. So, rarely we use common collector configuration, but it is suited for all kinds of impedance matching done in various devices. Let's have a quick look at the circuit diagram. This is the circuit diagram of the common collector configuration. Looking at the circuit diagram, what we realize is that the input circuit has the base and the collector arranged in the forward bias, while the output circuit has the collector and the emitter arranged in the reverse bias. Looking at this circuit, what we realize is that in the forward bias over here, it is a PNP transistor which is shown here, and in this PNP transistor, the base is N-type connected to the negative terminal of the battery, while the collector is connected to the positive terminal in the input circuit, making it forward bias, which means that this part of the circuit is going to offer less resistance. For the output circuit, we realize that being in reverse bias, it is going to offer large resistance. So, when the output characteristic curves are plotted for this particular configuration, it is suitable for impedance matching. Let's have a look at the output characteristics of the common collector configuration. This is the output characteristic of the common collector configuration. What we plot over here is the emitter current as a function of the output voltage. So, what we realize is that there is a small amount of increase in the current, and soon it attains a saturated value. It is saturated in the negative side of the voltage. So, the cutoff region is very soon attained, and this particular configuration is practically suited for only impedance matching. Thus, the common collector configuration is rarely used. Of the three configurations which we have discussed, the common emitter configuration of the transistor is used in most of the cases. For various devices where we use transistors as amplifiers, switch or oscillator, it is the common emitter configuration which is practically used. The common base configuration and the common collector configuration are rarely used for specified purposes. Let's recollect what we have learnt in this particular topic. A transistor which has basically three distinct regions, the emitter, the base and the collector, can be arranged by choosing two of the terminals or two of the regions as input and the remaining two keeping one in common as the output circuit. So, in the first configuration, that is the common emitter configuration, what we realize is that the input characteristics are the base current and the base emitter voltage, with keeping the collector emitter voltage as a parameter. We have plotted the input characteristics as seen in the graph. The output characteristics for the common emitter configuration are the collector emitter voltage and the collector current. Over here, we get a large current gain, correspondingly we get a large voltage gain as well as a large power gain. This particular configuration is suited for a number of practical applications. The other kind of configuration is a common base configuration, where we see that the input characteristics are the emitter current plotted as a function of the base emitter voltage with the collector base as a parameter. The output characteristic curves indicate the variation of collector current IC as a function of the collector base voltage. This particular kind of configuration has a large signal current gain and it is suited as a voltage regulator. The third configuration, that is the common collector configuration, it finds less utilization, less number of applications, but it is used for impedance matching. Over here, the input characteristics comprise of the emitter current plotted as a function of the emitter base voltage, and the output characteristics indicate the emitter current plotted as a voltage of collector emitter voltage, keeping IB as a parameter. So, now we have understood three distinct configurations of the transistor. Thank you, learners.